All right, guys, so we're getting the night started. Off to a really good start. So it's looking so good I had to bust out the old Ray-Bans to get the night started. It's looking like a pretty good way to get the day going. So woke up, started my clock, did my pre-trip, checked my computer. What did I find out? 4-stopper on it. So it's a nice way to kick off the night for some activity. Decent mileage, definitely doable, 4-stopper, but the kicker is I would just went inside and talked to the ladies. They told me, we understand you're going home tomorrow, of course, but you're going home day. But they're just like, so we have you planned on a 1-stopper North Augusta load afterwards. And they're just like, you'll be able to do that? And I said, yeah, given the time provided, I said I should be able to run out my clock. And that's good. I don't know how many miles this one is right here, this 4-stop load is, how long it's going to take me turnaround. But they said it's looking like I should be able to do that 1-stop North Augusta load from here, which I don't mind because that's 290 miles turnaround from Monroe to North Augusta, and then back to Monroe. That's 290 miles, 300 miles turnaround. So basically I'm looking at, I don't know how many miles this is, but I'm looking at least bare minimum 450, 500 miles and 5 stores for the night. So yeah, looks like they got my night pretty much planned out for me. Great way to start the evening. So I can't complain. Like I said, do what you can. Some days you're the statue you get shit on, and some days you're the bird, and some days you just get to sit back and spectate. And yeah, but I'm excited for this run right here, so I'm gonna go ahead and get it started. I already pre-tripped the truck, did all the stuff I need to do. Time to go hook up to my trailer and skedaddle on out of here. So I'll catch up with you guys in a little bit. All right, guys. So on my second store load, while doing the pre-trip of the trailer, found a flat tire. So yeah, honestly, it's a pretty good night. I did the first 4 deliveries on the first trailer. It went very well. And I have about a little less than an hour right now, a little less than an hour between my 14 and my 11. And to do this trailer to the North Augusta store, I'm putting in a system that's going to be about a 7-hour turnaround. What I like to do is overestimate, factor in error, and just slow downs and whatnot. And then, damn, this thing's almost off the damn rim. Almost off the rim. But what I like to do is factor in error on my ETDs, because you can always, that's a good thing about Walmart, you can tell them what your times and whatnot, but you can always tighten it up. So I factor in error. I'm going to say it's a 7-hour turnaround. It's going to be about a 2.5-hour drive there, 2.5-hour drive back, and maybe an hour at the store. So that's 6 hours right there. And then I'm going to add an extra hour just to be on the safe side. But yeah, if I have more time, I'll tighten it up whenever I start getting closer to the DC on my way back. But yeah, overall it's a pretty good night. The first 4 stores went by pretty nice. They were a little tight. All 4 of the stores were inside the 285 loop of Atlanta, so that was fun. This store that I'm going to is actually in North Augusta. As y'all know, I live in Augusta, so the North Augusta store isn't too bad to get into. So yeah. You literally asked me to stop right here. Now you're asking me to back up more, but whatever. But yeah, I'll catch up with you guys in a second. Go from there. All right, so at the 4th and final stop for this store, for this run, nobody's entering the back door, which seems to be a common theme. I don't know. It's supposed to, like when you ring the buzzer, like when you hit the arrive button, it alerts them to let them know that you're here. They have multiple things that let management know that you're on your way in, that you've arrived, but seldom do they actually ever pay attention to it, therefore killing your time, making you have to ring the bell repeatedly. And the downside is that there appears to be zero accountability for it. Like, we talk to management about it, nobody ever does anything about it, and then they wonder why we're just not as productive as we possibly could be, because the stores really don't care about getting us in and unloaded in a timely manner. So, yeah. Anyway, the other 3 stores were great. This store, not so much. But no matter, I'm making very good time. After I leave here, I gotta drive 24 miles back to Monroe, DC, pick up that next load, and I'm gonna get it humping towards North Augusta. So, yeah, stay tuned, guys. It's going pretty good. At the rate I'm going, I might actually be able to get to North Augusta and come back to Monroe and pick up something else. So, we'll see. All right, guys, so I made it to the store, and it's kind of ashamed to even say it's part of my hometown, the way they acted when I got there. It was by far the worst store I've been to since I've been here at Walmart. Wild part is, like, since I've lived out here, I've never had a reason to... I've, like, gone to the Walmart in North Augusta, but I've never really needed to do anything. I've just been there before. I never realized how much of a shit show it truly is. So I get there tonight. This is kind of a recap. I'm gonna crunch the numbers for you guys and go from there. I get there tonight, and I back into the dock, ring the buzzer bell thing to let them know that I'm there. Nobody answers. Walk around to the front of the store. Somebody meets me at the door that they allow us in the front, or the door that they had open to allow us in. Go in. The lady was just like, yeah, they were back there waiting on you. I was like, ma'am, no, they weren't, because I stood back there for a while ringing the buzzer. Nobody ever came. Nobody ever said anything. Nobody. There was no form of communication. So I get back to, go to the back, and the guy's like, what kind of truck is it? I'm like, it's the Remix. We call the groceries on a drive in the Remix. I was like, it's the Remix truck. There's like, how many pallets? I'm like, I got the whole trailer. And I was like, do you guys have an empty trailer possibly? And the dude was just like, I don't know. I was like, is there any way we can check? I said, could save you guys a little bit of work. He goes like, no, it's not going to check. I'm like, all right, sir, well, I got to make it back to Monroe, Georgia. I said my clock is running. So I said, if there's a way we can get, start working on the trailer. He goes like, I'm just not going to unload it. I'm like, is there something going on? Like, am I missing something? Is there something I can help out with? He said, I just don't feel like it. So he goes and starts trying to find other people, like other associates in the store. And he's actually trying to get them to unload it. And then he went and told somebody that it was I was the meat and produce driver, which I wasn't. So he straight lied to get somebody else to come and unload it. And these 2 older ladies come back and they're just like, are you meat and produce? I said, no, ma'am, I'm the Remix driver. And they're just like, well, we got to go get the guy because, this isn't our stuff to unload. Dude just straight disappears. So anybody that's familiar with Monroe, Georgia knows Martin is running, has an account there. So a Martin driver gets there, and he comes to the door ringing the buzzer, and I'm like, hey, brother, man, I'm, trying to find the guy to get the key to let you in. I said, don't go nowhere. He goes like, all right, roger that. Run around the store trying to find the dude. So find him up in the front in customer service, just sitting and hanging out with the other dude, not doing anything, just hanging out. And I said, sir, the frozen dairy dude, or the meat and produce guy is here, whatever one he had. He had a refrigerator. It was either frozen dairy or meat and produce, one of the two. And I'm just like, is there a way we can get the door unlocked? And he goes like, no, I can't get the door. I'm just like, is there a problem? It's like something going on. He goes like, I just don't feel like going back there and letting them in, man. I just don't feel like unloading no trucks. I'm like, okay. I said, is there, I said, he doesn't even have a dock to back into. I said, is there a way we can at least, can I get the key to unlock the door to allow him in? He goes like, no, I can't hand off the keys. I said, so what I'm understanding is you don't want to come back there to unlock the door, and you don't want to hand the keys off to allow somebody else to do it. And he goes like, yeah, I just don't feel like doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm like, all right. So I go to the back, tell the Martin driver through the door, like, hey, they can't open the door. He goes like, well, why not? And I said, the dude doesn't want to let you in. He just doesn't feel like coming back here to unload it. So he ends up walking around the front, comes in through the front, and him and I start talking. And then the dude comes like maybe 30 minutes later talking about, okay, let's go ahead and start jumping on this, let's doing that. When some other manager came in that was, I guess, higher than him, then he started trying to work and try to act like he knew what was going on. But he was just like, he was so scatterbrained, and like all the other people that are back there watching him just like, what the fuck are you doing, yo? Like, you're messing up. So needless to say, that killed my clock fucking around with the North Augusta Walmart. It hurts me to even say like I'm out from this town. No, never mind. I take that back. I grew up in Evans, Georgia. We don't act like that in Evans, Georgia. We have class. I don't know what the fuck they got going on over there, but yeah, I definitely put in the system like this store and management needs a massive overhaul. So yeah, but anyway, dropped that load there, got this trailer, and I am not gonna be able to make it back to Monroe because of my time. So in this case, I'm just going to take a 10-hour break, which is nice because I can take a 10-hour break and then still get an additional $42 that I wouldn't have normally gotten. So yeah, take a 10-hour break and then go from there. So it's kind of going to be a 6-day week and not a 5-day week. So yeah, I guess I'll give you my recap of day number 5 today. I'll go ahead and crunch the numbers and then run them back to you guys. Alright guys, so I just crunched the numbers for the day. So I began my trip in Monroe, delivered in 4 stores in Georgia, 1 store in Duluth, Georgia, 1 store in Dunwoody, Georgia, 1 store in Chamblee, Georgia, 1 store in Snellville, Georgia. So 4 arrivals, 4 live unloads, $10.75 and $11.75 respectively. Made it back to Monroe for another arrive drop, which is $10.75, and the hook, which is $8.50. Made it to the North Augusta Nightmare store. Made it to the North Augusta store, the Nightmare. Arrive drop, hook, so $10.75 and $8.50 respectively, and ended the day there. So made $147 based off of mileage pay because North Augusta screwed me. And all the additional pays added together, plus the layover pay again for tonight, gives me a grand total of $326 for the day. So in order for an over-the-road driver to make what I made today, they would have driven 592 miles, which is literally just an average day for them. 592 miles for an over-the-road driver, making 55 cents per mile to make what I made today. North Augusta, thank you for what you did. You've truly shown me one of the big reasons why I'm probably going to move from Augusta. Just the thinking, the mindset, the level, it's just, I love my hometown. I'm going to say Grovetown. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to stay over in the side of Augusta where I grew up in, so I can get away from the ghetto mentality of that area. Like, it was a thorough reminder of why even though I live out here, there's certain parts of my town that I just don't deal with. Brought me back to my old cop days, remembering just dealing with people like that, and I'm just like, ugh. Anyway, I didn't mean to make this kind of a rant video. I really apologize if it came off like that. I was taken aback tonight. Oh, good God. So, let's see. 1367 plus 326 So here's the beauty of this though. 1367 plus 326, which means as of right now, I made, what is that? 9, 6, 1693. I don't think that's right. I don't think that's the right number. Yeah. No, that was wrong. I completely just messed up that number for you guys. I'm sorry. Let me gather my thoughts real quick because my numbers are starting to run together, and I want to make sure I'm doing this right. So I can give y'all the accurate. All right, let me make sure. Let me make sure I'm writing these numbers down properly. 1750 plus 367 50 plus 326 even. I'm just going to make that even. Just to 1 4 10 11 9 10. So for the week, as it stands right now, I've made $2,011 even. Of course, that's actually rounded down because, like I've been showing you guys all week long, I've been rounding down the numbers. But we're going to go ahead and add in the fact that I get an additional $125 for doing this dedicated account that I'm on. And then, plus, on top of that, because I have to work a 6th day, I'm going to be able to qualify for the extension, which is an additional $275 just for working another day. So that'll be 10, 11, 10, 11, $2,411 for the week. And then, of course, I'm going to have to add in the mileage pay that I'm going to get tomorrow, today after my 10-hour break. The mileage pay that I get from where I'm at now to back to Monroe, and then the $10.75 for arriving and dropping. So I'm going to clear $2,500 this week. Yeah. Actually, I'm going to clear $2,600 because I've not factored in this whole time, all these times I've had to wait throughout this entire week. So I'm not going to do a video log for tomorrow because it's going to be a basic day. As it stands right now, $2,411 without the mileage for tomorrow, without the activity for tomorrow, and that doesn't factor in wait times that I've had this week. So at the end of the day, right now, as it stands, ballpark, and I'm lowballing the ballpark, I will make $2,600 gross this for just 1 week. There you have it, $2,600 gross. I hope you guys have enjoyed my video log series of a week in the life of a day in the life or a day in the week of a Walmart driver. Yes. I've only been with Walmart 6-7 months, and I'm already clearing $2,600 gross a week. So if you're ever wondering if Walmart is a good company to come to, if the pay is there, it is there. That being said, you guys have gotten the raw, uncut version. All the shitty things that have happened to me this week that have actually cut into my time. I'm not even sure. I'm pretty sure I mentioned earlier that I also had a flat tire on this trail that I bring to Augusta, so North Augusta. So keep in mind all those wait times, all that stuff that happened that took away from my ability to run more miles, and I still am clearing $2,600 gross 1 week. $2,600 gross with a plethora of shit going wrong. Imagine having a week like this where everything goes right. Let that sink in. Everything go. I've had a week. I want y'all to hear what I'm saying. I've had a week where y'all have got to see firsthand a bunch of stuff go right and a bunch of stuff go wrong. And I'm still clearing 2,600. As always, guys, like, comment, subscribe, and yeah. You can make some money here at Walmart. You can definitely make some money here at Walmart. Yeah. If everything happened the same exact way every single week for a month, that happened this week, that's $5,200 for a 2-week span. That's $10,400 gross for a month. If everything held consistent the exact same every single day of the week. Now, 10,400 times 12. This pen is falling apart on me. All right. 2. 8, 4, 2, 1. Quick math. You do this every week of the year. Average $2,600 gross. That puts you at a salary of $124,800 in a year. And keep in mind, there are people, actually, I'm gonna put it like this. One of the instructors that was running my onboarding class volunteered to come down to help out with the groceries. So I thought that was pretty neat to actually be able to work side by side with one of the guys that ran my onboarding class. Yeah, but keep in mind, you get pay raises throughout your years here at Walmart. So he's like 15 years deep, which means he's maxed out at pay. So right now, my pay plus the 7 cents for the weekday and 14 cents for the weekend is base entry level pay. Imagine being a person that's been here 5, 10, 15 years, maxed out in pay, getting that additional pay raise. And that, with what I said, is basically what I was making this week is what my onboarding instructor makes without having to have an additional bonus incentive on top of it. So I had to go through all of this just to make what he makes on an everyday basis. So I can only imagine the kind of checks he's making since he's maxed out in pay, plus getting all this additional incentive pay on top of it. I can only imagine. Yeah, there's money to be made here, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. You guys can do the numbers, crunch it yourself. Yeah, do the numbers, crunch it yourself, and you can see that you're gonna get, anybody that's watched this, I know I have other Walmart drivers that watch, you guys know that, you know, you get pay raise. We get pay raises. I get a pay raise in January, actually. We get consistent pay raises, and you max out, and you can move on up. And yeah. But anyway, guys, like, comment, subscribe. I'll mesh this together and push it out to you.